Hello everyone, Minkey here with the first part of a new Let's Play. This one being on the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In this case we're doing a minimalist run, much like my free heart run that we did last year. Or, well, we started it in 2024. Finished it just a month ago. Because I'm recording this on the 24th of, on the 22nd of April 2025. Because I want to get this, I figured I might as well do this a month afterwards, after that one's gone out, because typically my theory for Majora's Mask, for when this game takes place, is typically like a month to a year after the events of Ocarina of Time. And I figured I might as well do it today, because I think this is a good day to do it on, if you will. I've just realised, I was thinking earlier like 2204, because it's 22nd of April, 2024, 2024. So it's like a rearrangement. But then I've just realised now that the year is off, obviously. Should have waited another month, right? Oh well. It's fine. I'd rather record today anyway, because it's a 1 month anniversary, and like I said, I feel like 1 month roughly is fine. I'm not entirely sure though, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe more, because there's a line of dialogue. Not really dialogue, but you see what I mean when we get through the game that makes me think of just, you know, month. But we'll get there eventually. Fortunately, the quote I'm thinking of we can still see it even though we're doing minimalist. Which, by the way, minimalist. In this case, because I'm doing no glitches or exploits or anything of the sort, minimalist is like the bare minimum you need, if you will, to beat the game, if you will. And that's not a case of like what you yourself need, like if you need like double defense to help defeat bosses or whatever, but that's what genuinely, factually you need, if you will, to beat the game. So double defense, that's not required whatsoever in this game or in Ocarina of Time, for example. You know, it's not required. Wallet upgrades, those aren't required at all, so those have to be completely skipped. As tedious as that may be, you know, considering how you get one of them. You know, heart pieces, you don't need those, so you completely skip out on those. You know, just anything that makes a lasting impression, if you will, on your pause menus and whatnot, that you don't need, if you will. So, yeah, you'll see what I mean as we go along. You know, and because I'm really looking forward to how it goes and whatnot. Also to note, by the way, the reason why I'm letting these play out like this is because I did this in Ocarina of Time. Free heart run as well, and I figured why not show them off as well, just to show them off, see how they go and whatnot. You know, I think it's really nice in a way, if you will. It's really interesting, especially since we've just seen Link on Epona right there. So I guess if anything, that gives you a hint on where to find Epona, if you will, if you're having trouble. So in a sense, not only is this like a cool, like, you know, you get to see the locations and whatnot, see them from a different angle and all that, but now also maybe it can be a hint to you if you're struggling with the game and you don't use a guide or anything, which is totally understandable. I mean, like, obviously, like, because I remember not everyone has played this game, you know. I think that's going to be a matter of fact for as long as people can be born and whatnot, if you will. as weird as it sounds, because sometimes people think like, oh yeah, or how do you not know about Ocarina of Time? How have you never played Ocarina of Time? And it's like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why would you think that everyone has played Ocarina of Time? You know, I don't know. It's weird, but it is what it is. So, you know. I think there's 3 scenes like this, if you will, so I'm gonna see if it continues on or whatnot, or how it goes. If I miss any, because I don't know how it's like set out. I don't know if it like cycles through them or if it like, you know, if it has like a set rotation or if it's random or whatever. I don't know. You know, so obviously I've never really paid attention to this bit, you know, this intro bit, because it's always just been a case of like, maybe I'll show it the one time and then just get on with the game, you know, that kind of thing. But you know, here I'm showing it off for proper, if you will. So yeah, that's what that is basically. What else was there? There was something else. I know what it was. So about well, would have been about 3 years ago now by the time this video comes out, because this video is coming out in April of 2026. About 3 years ago, almost in the middle of 2023, I did something similar to this for the 3DS version. It was more like a research file, if anything. You know, like I was looking into it, I was researching it, if you will, and I took notes and I wrote a DA journal about it, which I will link down below as well in the description, because I figured it's a good read anyway. If anything, it gives you an idea of this. Of course, it's on the 3DS version, so if you don't want spoilers for the 3DS version specifically, then you know, avoid that, if you will. Which I know Majora's Mask 3D is basically the same game as this version, but you know, there's just some tweaks to it and whatnot. But I still feel like that's good enough of a reason to have a spoiler warning, if you will, because you might want to genuinely experience it anew, if you will. So you might have people like that anyway, which, you know, I don't think that's. I don't see why they should lose out on their journey like that, if you will. Just because they're very similar, if you will. I mean, obviously I put a spoiler warning for 3DS version as well at the beginning, but that's well, I mean, if you've seen that and think, no, I'm not okay with 3DS Majora spoilers, then you wouldn't be seeing this bit anyway. But you get the idea, you know. You know, like, oh, he's going to talk about the 3DS version or something, you know. So therefore, I'm not going to watch his video, because I don't want spoilers for the 3DS version, you know, or like, or he talks about, maybe he talks about Ocarina of Time. I don't want spoilers for Ocarina of Time, so I'm not going to watch that kind of thing. That's the whole point of the spoiler warning, isn't it? You know. I mean, it makes. I shouldn't have to explain what a spoiler warning is to people, you know, but I feel like it's one of those things that people somehow just don't get, if you will, and they'll happily just spoil people on games and such, you know, just because or whatever, you know, or when it's like literally no damage to them to not spoil it for you, if you will, and it's like little gain, if you will, for them, like a little bit of gain for a lot of damage if they do spoil it, if you will. But at the same time, it makes them look like, I mean, obviously, I don't know, man. It's the whole thing. And yeah, it looks like it cycles through 3 different scenes, I think, because this is the same version. So it's the same one as we saw. I'm pretty sure it's the same one as we saw the first one, right? I don't know, maybe there's just 2 and I didn't notice, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, wow, almost 10 minutes into the video and already not. I'm just about to load up the files. Well, here. Oh, I saved. What? What did I save? Oh, I know why I saved. That's weird. That's weird, because I wanted to show something off, but I'm gonna have to delete this now, because I'm gonna have to. Oh well, never mind. I'll talk about what I wanted to show off anyway, because it would have been really nice if I could. Maybe I'll show it off in another video, you know, for a proof of concept, if you will. But again, not that I need to, but I do like to do proof of concept stuff sometimes. But this file, I should have copied it over, but I don't have a save file for it. But this is like an A to P run file I did 2 years ago now. This was last year in 2024. Last year as I'm recording this, 2 years ago as I'm releasing this, but obviously, you know, I think I might end up deleting this save file just because it's complete. I mean, it's an ATP one, it's obviously complete, and this file is going to be what I need for, you know, what's coming up and whatnot. So, as you know as well, my name here was Minkey M, as opposed to Minkey H. I think I named myself Minkey M in my Master Quest version as well, because it stood for Minkey M, Minkey Master Quest, if you will. Here, it's Minkey M for Minkey Minimalist. So, you know, I mean, I feel like that's obvious, but, you know, at the same time, I'm just bringing up the fact that it was obviously like, you know, I'm calling myself Minkey M again, you know, kind of thing. So, and I missed text, but oh well, that's fine. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And actually, this brings up a point as well that I want to bring up. That this LP is kind of to honor like a lost friend, if you will, of mine. I don't know how to put it. I think lost friend is probably the best way to put it. But, you know, it's not the correct way, I don't think, because of everything, but I think it's the most proper way of doing it, if you will. If that makes sense. So, you know, it's... I think I'll just say that for now. Plus it's the sequel to Ocarina of Time. I've already done an Ocarina of Time 3 hot run, so... gotta do Majora's Mask now, right? But yeah, opening cutscene. Like I said, I've got a few things I wanted to show off, but it's what it is, I guess. I mean, I'll go over it when we get there, of course, because, you know, there's no reason not to, if you will. But again, I'll do a proof of concept video in the future for it. I don't even know how long these videos are going to be, to be honest. I mean, I could do half an hour videos like I did before, but maybe I'll do longer. Because this first section is going to be a bit tedious, if you will. Not tedious, but it's long. It's a long intro before you can like properly save, and then on top of that, well, you'll see as we get there. Because it's let's just say saving. I'm not gonna say it's not the best, because that's wrong, but it's not the best for this kind of run, if you will. And you'll see why. You'll see why when we get into the first cycle of the game, which this, by the way, I call this the Deku cycle. I don't call it the first cycle because the Deku cycle just makes more sense to me, if you will, to call it a Deku cycle, because it's so different from all the others. Whereas the first cycle is obviously, you know, it's the first true cycle where you get to do your own thing, if you will. You know, and second cycle and third cycle and fourth cycle, it's all just the same cycle, but obviously you make more progress as you go along. So yeah, that's what that is, if you will. Well, if anything, I can at least show this off, right? I can at least show this first little bit, this little tip here off first. I can do this. So this grass right here, it does produce rupees. Sometimes it produces 5s, yeah, there we go. I got a 5 right there, which is really nice. So you know, it's good for money grinding this early on, if you will. Literally the first thing you do is money grind, right? Now, that's all there is. I only got 15 rupees from that, 2 blues and 5 greens, right? There's nothing else around here, not even down here where we came from, which is odd, but okay. Well, not odd, but you know what I mean. It does make me wonder what these, not what these are, but you know what I mean, like, it just made me wonder, like, what, I don't know. I'm just curious about it, like obviously we've got this whole place, we've got the tree stumps, The trees in the background, the big tree right here, the tree stump with a clean, it's been clean cut off. You know, but anyway, onto that tip that I mentioned. So if you come in here, right, you come in here, and then you turn right around, not like that, you actually turn, and as you can see, the grass has respawned, and it does give you more rupees as well. And wow, from this first patch, I haven't even completed it yet, I've already got more rupees than I got the first time round. But yeah, you can do this infinitely. Yeah, you can also mess around with the camera infinitely as well, which that trips me up a lot of the time. But yeah, you can come back in here, turn right around. I don't know where the limit is exactly, but because it's a rare. Once you leave this area, you can't come back. But you know, you can do this as many times as you need. Unfortunately, the only thing you can get is rupees from this. You can't get anything else like bombs or arrows or anything, so you're stuck with just earning the 99 rupees, because that is your limit at the moment, just 99 rupees. Okay, so it is a little bit close. I know it's not directly like when it fades completely out, but you know, it's alright, you know, it's not too bad. And yeah, just doing this just takes away from the stress of the first cycle, if you will, the Deku cycle, I should say, the cycle itself. Because the Deku cycle, one of the things about it is that, at least from what I've heard, I know it's faster than normal. I think it's like 5/3 as fast, so like as fast as normal. So like if like it takes like 60 frames, I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. I was gonna try and compare it to time, but I don't know actually. I really don't know how to explain it, but 5/3. Apparently it's 5/3 it's fast, which I know that sounds a bit backwards, but remember it's supposed to be faster rather than slower. Like it takes 1.667 times as long. It goes that fast, basically, is what I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm messing around with my numbers here, but I'll probably put up a call out for it, if you will. But you know, but yeah, as you can see, we're at 99 rupees now. Now here as well is a Keaton grass, and I think I did Keaton before the Keaton mask up here, only to confirm that it didn't spawn the Keaton. I should do that again one day, but not right now, not in this LP. I forget if I did it in my Let's Cheat of the game back in 2016 actually. Wow, I forget if I did it then. I probably didn't, to be fair, but if anything, I can at least do it again at some point in the future, which that's definitely something I want to do, if you will. I would definitely want to look into doing like another Let's Cheat of the game, if you will, you know, where I explore the game and whatnot, but with these cheats like in a more formulated way rather than just seeing what I can do and whatnot. You're learning about the game and whatnot, because back in like 2019, 2020, I did something of a Let's Cheat DA journal for Ocarina of Time, and in that, it was more formulated than the Let's Cheat LP itself, because I kind of knew a bit more about the game anyway thanks to the cheats, and I was just thinking more formulated, you know, like now I was thinking like let's explore the place and whatnot, which I guess I'll link that down below as well for the sake of argument. And then I probably will do like a proper like let's play of that as well. I'll probably do let's cheats on like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, but this time do it more formulated rather than you know, proper like trying to rather than just like for fun kind of thing, if you will. If that makes sense, like just casually, if you will, I guess. because that's what the Let's Cheats originally were. They were more so just for the point of like doing things for fun, if you will, rather than. I mean, it was exploring, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. It's more so casually speaking, if you will. And yeah, we got this room. This room's actually kind of interesting a little bit, actually. I'll explain why in a moment. When I've got this whole cutscene to do. Jeez, so I'll do it after the cutscene, I guess. But I want to show the cutscene at least anyway, because obviously I kind of want to anyway, because it's a minimalist run. Again, I want to do proof of concept to you for the most part. So yeah, it's like I'm obviously not going to cheat during the cuts, you know. Otherwise, I'd do like one whole video of just me constantly recording it, you know, because like obviously like. I'm cutting in the middle of videos. I could easily cheat in the middle of them, but I don't, so I'm obviously not going to do one whole video in one whole go, you know. Now, here's what I wanted to show off, is this. I don't know how well this is coming out. I don't know if you can really see it. You probably can, to be fair. There's like 3 triangles here. I don't know why you can actually see it. There's one here, which you can probably see, I think, I hope. And there's 2 connected here at one of the corners, right? But, well, the thing is as well, is like this one, so people talk about how like this one represents courage, because Link, the wielder of the Triforce of Courage, has obviously gone to a completely different area, if you would have. He's gone away from Hyrule. And so obviously his Triforce has gone along with him. But it's kind of weird because the Triforce of Courage is the bottom right corner. So this is the right way to look at the Triforce, if you will, assuming that it's the Triforce of Courage that's gone, right? Which, to be fair, I don't think you can really look at it any other way, to be fair. Can you? I mean, you can kind of look at it like this. I see the Triforce of Power is gone. And maybe here as well. So the Triforce of Wisdom is gone. Which inevitably points in the same direction. I guess, well, I guess all 3 point in the same direction. Yeah, I guess all 3 point in the same direction, if, regardless of which one's missing, but. Yeah, so, but yeah, it would have to be looking at it this way, which I think makes sense anyway. But the thing is like, the Triforce of Courage is there. It's up here in the top left, which is the Gerudo area. You know, like most of the Gerudo area there in Hyrule. Whereas this seems to be in the bottom right area, the Lost Woods area that you come to Taurmega from and whatnot. Here's another Keaton grass, by the way. Not that I need it, obviously, because obviously 4 rupees, but. And also, again, I'll check the Keaton. When I tackle this Keaton mask stuff, I'll also check that one as well. I'll make sure to check all of them. There's no reason to dodge one of them, because maybe one of them is specifically coded to spawn the Keaton mask, the Keatons themselves, and it's just randomly coded incorrectly or whatever, or something, you know. Of course, you're never meant to actually have the Keaton mask up here anyway, and as soon as you make enough progress, like, you can't even come back up here anyway. In fact, well, I know there's a glitch. I know you can do bomb hovering to do a little bit of anti-progression up here, but I don't think it's enough anti-progression to get up to any of the Keaton locations. So, you know, here's another one, by the way, a 3rd one. That's kind of interesting that there's 3. You also can't climb ledges, which is unfortunate, but oh well, we've got deck leaves. I skip this. Yeah, it's fine. We don't need to read that. We know how to use it. Obviously, read that if you don't know what you're doing, if you're trying to learn stuff. But yeah, actually, I wonder if you can get it from. You probably can't, to be fair. I just know you can kind of cheese this a little bit and speedrun, if you will, and not have to worry about getting all the way back up to the top bit, if you will. You can just use at least that up one, the third one, if not also the second one. In fact, you know what? I'll prove it. I'll see if we can or not. Might as well. I'm right here anyway. Alright. Let's have a look. Okay, you can. Wow. Alright, nice. Now, another thing I want to point out real quick is this room, from the perspective of the other side, from that side, it reminds me of the Earth Temple, I think. I think it's the Earth Temple from The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Because that first room, I mean, I know this isn't exactly the first room, it's technically the second room or whatever, after a hallway, but that first room is also kind of like, actually that might have been the second room as well, but like the first room like looked similar, if you will, to what this room looks like, if you will, or at least I think so anyway. It's got like a similar feel to it. I don't know what it is, but they feel similar to me. Outside of the obvious like ledge you have to fly to, if you will, kind of thing. So, yeah, that kind of thing. Now this door locks up. You can't, as far as I'm aware, you can't. There's no way to get back past this door. There is no way to get back. Like even through glitching and cheating and the like, there's no way to get back, as far as I'm aware. But this room that we're in now, though, there is a way to get back, and that's through bomb hovering later on, which I'm not gonna do because I've never really learned bomb hovering. Funnily enough, I've done a little bit, but not enough to warrant, you know, but only a mini one really at that. So I've never really gone into it, if you will. I probably should one of these days, but you know, it's just one of those things I've never really looked into too deeply. Oh, I didn't miss it. I mean, yeah, I didn't miss it, yeah. So let's have a look at this guy then. There you go, see, you can do it if you try. I bet. When I fly over to people or objects, use said to look at them so you can talk to them. Use said targeting to talk to people even if they're far away. Or, if there's no one to target, you can use said to look straight ahead. But enough about that for now. Come over to this tree and check it out. Yeah, I know you can skip the text by just getting into the Deku Flower right before she says anything. It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. It looks all dark and gloomy. Hey, gloom. They said it. Said the thing. Almost like it could start crying at any second now. How sad. Yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. Oh, maybe I got a good screenshot later. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can get a good screenshot now. No, see if I can get a good screenshot now, you know, for it, because it would be nice to have like a screenshot of them for future thumbnails and whatnot. I can't even get a good one, to be fair. I could probably just cheat my way through, because I can use moon jump, to be fair. You know what, let's just fall, because it's gonna take forever anyway to get to the other side. Let's just watch me to the other side, which is really nice. That's probably the best screenshots I'm gonna get, unfortunately. So, you know, but it's better than nothing, right? Alright, let's get our way back over there then. You take no damage, by the way, from falling into the abyss. That's kind of interesting. Oh, there we go. Wow. Alright, also I'm going to show this off as well. I can just skip that and go right into the warp. I love doing that. And yeah, here's the tunnel, the twisty tunnel. And that's the last door that prevents you from going back for some reason. But this is the door that can be bomb hovered over. So that's all good. Yes, that's all good. Alright, I think this is a good spot to almost end it. And by that I mean I've got one last thing to do before you know, before I end the part off. And then can end the part off, if you will, I guess, for half an hour. Yeah, I guess I'll go half an hour parts then. Obviously this one's going to go a bit longer, but that's fine. I've been following you. Why? Like, that makes me wonder then, when did he start following us? When did he start following Link, I should say, if you will. Like, probably before Skull Kid cursed Link into the Deku Scrub form. But it's I don't know, it's one of those things. What? Oh, someone reacted. Okay, never mind. I have to make sure I blur that out. What was I saying? Yeah, it makes me wonder then, how did he get across then? It makes me wonder then, how did he get across then, if you will? You know, how did he get across, and or maybe he had a different way to get across and whatnot. I mean, you obviously don't see any other paths, but I feel like that's one of those things that can just be written off as like, oh, it's an alternate path, if you will, that you just don't end up seeing. It's something you're never meant to see, you know, but it's there, if you will, still. I call it like a corral thing. I don't know if it's... I call it a corral, basically, which corral is short for... It's me saying King of Red Lions, so K-O-R-L. Because the King of Red Lions in Wind Waker mentions there being a pathway to the Earth and Wind Temple from Hyrule Castle, but you never see anything, any evidence whatsoever of there being any pathways there. I'm counting on you. So yeah, you never see any pathways, so that's why I call it a corral thing, if you will. Because it's one of those things that's just like really weird. You don't see, but you don't see evidence of it, but you kind of like know it's there, kind of thing. But anyway, on that note, one last thing before I go. If you can see, he's got a Mario mask right here. So yeah, he's got a Mario mask. That's kind of obvious, I feel like, because everyone kind of mentions that. But something that I've never seen really anyone talk about is this TMNT mask he's got. Right there, just at the bottom, if you will, you can see it. I'm trying to get a good angle of it. But yeah, you can see this TMNT mask, if you will. If I can just get a good angle of it. Gee, I'm trying to press C up, it's not letting me. Probably because I'm not tapping it hard enough. Oh well. But yeah, there you go, TMNT mask right there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's pretty cool, I think. So yeah, that's that right there, so that's pretty cool. Alright, well, on that note, I think that's a good time to end it then, because it's been half an hour now, obviously, and like I said. So, yeah, on that note, I'm going to thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to hope that you have a very minky day. Alright, I'll see you next time. Have a minky day, everyone.